the advanced install mode video. So this is useful for when you already have Tag Manager, you have all of your scripts and your tags set up the way that you want, but you still want to benefit from the WOWQ GDPR protection and the GDPR features. Okay, so here goes. So I'm going to simulate exactly what happens here. So first of all, I'm going to show you Tag Manager, and we've got the one Tag Manager container just here under the one Tag Manager account. That's all we've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to touch WOWQ at this moment in time. Let me go ahead and install my pixel. So this is how most likely you would have done it. Now you would have either copied and pasted the pixel in its entirety, or you might have chosen this method that Facebook gives you, which is to install using a tag management system. So here we go, let's log in. All right, these are the permissions that we need. We don't do any more than we need, so go ahead and allow this. Okay, so logging into the Tag Manager account, this is all groovy, and you can see now, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and finish the setup. So nothing to do with WOWQ at the moment, I'm just proving a point to you, and to see if you haven't done this, this is the way that you can do it as well. So in this case, I'm just going to go, yeah, whatever, continue, job done, close. All right, so if we go back to our Tag Manager now, this is a Facebook thing, not a WOWQ thing. Let me go back to my workspace and just prove a point. If we come here now, we should see on the tags, we should see our Facebook Pixel ID, which we do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and submit this one. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and publish this one, and I'm going to go, yeah, whatever, continue. So at this point, this now reflects what your setup would be, albeit I've got a very simple one with a Facebook Pixel. You might have quite a few scripts and tags there. All right. So now we come on to it. So if we go into our tags just here, we see our Facebook Pixel, we see our trigger, but there's nothing in there, okay? So on my tags, as I say, I have the one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into good old WOWQ here, and you're going to go onto the System Setup, Domains, and then you'll see the GDPR button over here. Let's go ahead and click on that now. All right. Okay, so authorized now, and up she comes with the Google. So just like Facebook, we're going to ask you for the same permissions, okay, and here we go. So there it is just there, click on next, that's our one Tag Manager container, let's click on next. So this is the piece de resistance, this is what you need. So always in basic mode, you're going to choose advanced mode. Now you can have it on full screen, or you can have it just docked for the GDPR notice. I'm going to choose this to on, just to show you. You can change all the background colors of the text, etc. Your choice. Let's go ahead and generate this one. Okay, so what's happening now is that it's actually generating a new container under your Tag Manager account. So we're not going to touch your existing installation. That's really important. We don't want to touch yours in any way, shape or form. So let's go ahead and create the triggers right now. It's an automated process. Please hold. All right, and up she comes. So let's go ahead and finish on that one now. So that's that particular process done. So now we go back into Tag Manager. Oh, we don't want to see my stupid face. There we go. Let's go on to Google Tag Manager now. Now it's important at this time that you refresh your browser in Tag Manager. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and so now if we drop down now, we've got a WOWQ version. So my philosophy on this one is take our one and merge it into yours. But before you do anything at all, obviously you're going to want to back up. I always suggest that you do. So let's go on to your existing Tag Manager container. Okay, this is important. So what I'd probably do here, I'd probably go submit, to be fair, and a descriptive name just here. So I would go our master version. All right, and if you could actually spell all of that correctly, that would be great. All right, better. Okay, this is a pre-WOWQ version. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and publish this one. All right, and job done. Okay, so that's all tickety-boo there. So alrighty, so if we go now to our workspace, okay, we look at our tags again. All right, we can see there's the same Facebook pixel we set up at the start. Nothing has changed at this moment in time. Now, what I suggest you do is you go into the WOWQ version, And what we're going to do here, I think we should go to the admin section at the top. And what I want you to do is I want you to go to export container. Go ahead and do that. So now choose a workspace. This is going to be the WOWQ version, as you can see there, literally 2 minutes ago. So this is the one that we want to back up. Okay, and we're going to export this one. All right, so this one here, let's just leave it as that name, that's fine. Okay, leave it as the format of JSON. Yeah, job done. Alrighty. And so now what you want to do is you want to drop down and you want to go to your existing tag manager container. So let's go ahead and click on that one. All right, and what you want to do now is you want to import the container. So the one that we've just exported, we're now going to import. So again, choose the container file. Okay, the one that we've just done now, which is just there. Let's go ahead and do that one. Okay, and this is the important bit. We're going to choose an existing workspace. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and what you're going to do is the default workspace. So that's your one, whatever you've named it. Okay, so let's just do that. All right, and this one here, super important, we're going to merge. That's what we're going to do. There we go. And you can see that we have one tag, we've got 18 new triggers, and we've got 7 new variables. So those are the WOWQ triggers and the WOWQ variables that we're about to merge into your existing tag manager. Okay, we're not overwriting. Okay, so merge, and what we're going to do is overwrite conflicting tags, triggers, and variables. Now I leave it as that option just here, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm. Remember, you've already taken a backup of your existing container anyway, so let's go ahead and confirm. All right, and you can see now there is a honking great big long load of workspace changes, quite a few, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go, okay, we're going to go back onto our tags. All right. You can see the only one that we've injected onto yours is one called cookie bar. Now that needs to be there, that's mandatory. If you don't have that, it ain't going to work. All right, the cookie bar really is the thing that asks them the GDPR question at the very, very start. So that needs to be on there. Okay, however, you came here for the triggers. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and so now you can see that we've added all these different triggers there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just talk about what these ones are. Now the only important one that you have for all of your cookies will be this one here, where it's cookie from EU false. Now you need to set that as a trigger for all of your pixels and your scripts. That's mandatory, it just needs to be done. And you've got a couple of others, okay? So for every single script or tag, every single one, you must always have 3 of these. The first one we've just talked about then, it's the cookie from EU false. And now here's where it's put onto you. You get to choose whether your pixel or your script is an analytics and customization event. Is it an analytics and customization pixel? Is it a cookie advertising / targeting? Or is it a performance and functionality? Now those are the 3 headings for every single pixel or script that you run. Now if you're like, oh Nath, you're losing me, that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. Okay, so now yours is going to have your tag configuration being Facebook pixel, and triggering is going to be for all pages. So first thing you want to do is remove the all pages. Bye-bye, off it goes. Now don't worry about this, you've got to back up anyway, alright, so just don't be nervous about this. Let's go ahead and now add some of the new triggers that we've got. Now what I've just said, for every single script and trigger that you have, every script and pixel I should say, that you have, always has 3 of these events on there. Now I'm going to go through the first one. We've just talked about the cookie from EU false. That is mandatory, right? No matter what you do. So let's go ahead and choose that one. There we go. And so now we're going to add 2 more. So that's the only mandatory one. So now this is on you. Now the Facebook, is that really a performance and functionality event? Well, no, the Facebook pixel is definitely not a performance and functionality event. Now, is it an analytics and customization event? Well, no, it's not. Facebook's not all about the analytics and customization, certainly not. Google Analytics would be, but Facebook Pixel we're dealing with right now, not so much. Is it an advertising dash targeting? Sounds more like it, right? So those are the three headings that we've got. So advertising targeting, analytics and customization, and performance and functionality. Those are the ones that you're most going to be using all the time. All right, so let's choose the Facebook Pixel, which is going to be the orange one, which is advertising targeting. Let's go ahead and choose that one. All right, but I did say there was three, so let's go ahead and do that again. Let's add a new one again. All right, and you can see that we chose advertising targeting, and so now there's one more to choose again. So the advertising and targeting here, that's what we want, the cookie advertising targeting true. So that's the blue one. So essentially, for all the ones you're going to be dealing with, look for 2 blues and 1 red. All right, let's go ahead and do that. That is what it will look like for a Facebook Pixel or a Quora Pixel or a Reddit Pixel or a LinkedIn Pixel. Anything that you're using to track your conversions, your page views, this would be an example of what it would look like. Advertising targeting, that's a custom event, that's an orange. Advertising targeting cookie, that's a blue. And of course the mandatory cookie from EU, false. All right, so that should make sense by now. So let's do another one. Let's do the good old, let's say Google Analytics. Let's do that one right now to show you what that would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this Google Analytics ID. And again, let's go ahead and simulate what you normally would have in there. So let's go ahead and go new tag, because I want you to understand how to grade your tags. Tag configuration, sure thing. We're going to choose Universal Analytics, okay, great. Page view, yeah, sure thing. New variable, sure thing. All right, there we go. Put my analytics ID in there. I'm going to call this one GA. I'm going to call this one base. Okay, and again, I'm going to go save. All right, up it comes. Okay, and so now I'm again just going to rename this up here, the tag. There we go. Let's just go GA base. Okay, no worries. Now, the triggering again. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, yours will probably have a page views, all of them. You will remove that like I just showed you for the Facebook one. Now again, here we go. Remember, we always need 3 for every script. You now know to get the cookie from EU false. Let's go ahead and add that one straight away. All right, let's go ahead and add a new trigger. Remember, there's always 3. So this one, out of all of them, out of the oranges, is it going to be the advertising and targeting? No, it's not. We've just chosen that one. This would be, of course, an analytics and customization event. Let's go ahead and do that. So it's an orange one. Remember, you need an orange one. There we go. And so now you need another blue. Remember, 2 blue, 1 orange. Let's go ahead and do that again. All right, we're looking for our second blue. Now again, this is not going to be a cookie performance and functionality. No. This one's going to be our cookie analytics and customization. That's the one that we want. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So that is what it should look like when you're setting up your Google Analytics, Heap Analytics, Adobe Analytics, you get me, right? So anything that needs to be an analytics-based script or pixel, this is what it would look like. All right, go ahead and save. All right, so that's pretty much what 80% of your work's going to be. You do have some other triggers on there as well, which will be, again, you've now got the performance and functionality. Now, you can choose that. Again, these are the headings that you choose to put your scripts or your tags under. My suggestion is that 80% of the time, 90% of the time, maybe even more, it's really going to be your analytics, your cookie analytics and customization. And it's also going to be your cookie advertising dash targeting. Those are pretty much 80 to 90% of your pixels are going to be categorized under one of those 2 headings. All right, so once you've done that on your main container, go ahead and submit that. All right, now this one here, I'm going to put a descriptive name, and this one's going to be called the WOWQ version. All right, and a detailed description on this one. I'm going to go post WOWQ install with scripts. You don't have to put any of this. This is just to help you later on with scripts and triggers. Sounds good to me, right? Let's go ahead and publish that. You can see all the workspace changes are going to happen. Let's go ahead and publish that one. Seeing like no one is listening, sure thing, Google. All right, and up she comes. So now we have, all right, we have our versions just here. All right, so again, our activity history, we've got all of our tags being injected, we have our triggers being injected, we have our variables being injected. So you can basically see at all times what's going on. So that's pretty much that. And again, don't forget you've got a master backup. You've taken a backup of it anyway, the JSON file, but Tag Manager is all about being able to roll back to a previous version. So if it all goes pear-shaped and you're like, oh, it's broken the internet, no problem. Go back to your versions for your container, nothing to do with the WOWQ. Go back to your versions on your container, and remember there's the our master version. So in this one here, what you would do is basically then set as the latest version just there. Now we're not going to do that. I assume that you already know how to do that anyway, but that's how you would roll back from anything to do with us back to your version. Set that as the latest version, all is well. All right, any other questions, get to me and the team through the helps and support in the dashboard. Otherwise, I think you've pretty much got this one. All right, thanks for watching. Any questions? We're around.